Thank you for selecting your use case and getting a first look at Duality. This demo will take you through a short demonstration scenario, but feel free to skip ahead or click on the Try Now link to provision your own sandbox trial. Good luck. Hello, I'm Carlos at Duality, and today we'll be reviewing how both banks and their customers can solve the problem of targeted offers. Now, some of the challenges around targeted offers is that most of the valuable data is PII and other sensitive data, which can't be shared between banks and their customers due to either privacy or internal regulations. There's also corporate reluctance to risk incurring losses if the data is shared incorrectly. There's also the challenge of most customers not wanting to willingly grant consent to use their personal data. The goal is for banks to be able to improve customer satisfaction, brand affinity, and loyalty, and increase revenue. For the customer, we want to give them better experiences with only offers that are highly relevant to them. And finally, for the partner, we want to increase open rates, conversion rates, and revenue. As an example, here is an ad you might see that is not very highly targeted, right? There's no name, it's a very generic pricing, and we're not even sure if this will apply to the customer themselves. So how does Duality come into play? Well, using our privacy-enhancing technologies, we're able to link encrypted data sets and perform analysis without ever decrypting the PII. This means that these analyses are compliant with many of the privacy laws, including things like GDPR, CCPA, etc. We're also able to provide targeted offers to existing customers of both the banks and the third parties. These offers are highly relevant. They're not spam. They speak directly to the customer. And finally, we allow the banks to leverage sensitive customer data to collaborate with their partners to create these personalized ads, while also making sure that the partner cannot see any of these sensitive customer data themselves. So how does this work? Let's jump into our software and give a quick overview. So here we can see I've got a targeted advertising direct query project set up with Acme as a bank and Datacore as a partner. In this instance, Datacore will be a third-party internet services aggregator. So they aggregate all the internet services available for a particular area. And Acme is a bank. They've got customer information. They know where their customers live. They know how much their customers are paying per month for internet. So let's take a quick example of how this works. I'm going to go ahead and create a session. And I've got two predefined queries. Does high speed exist? So we'll go with the first one for now. As you can see, what we're looking for is whether high-speed internet exists for a given particular address. Now, in this case, there are two parameters to the query. The speed does not need to be encrypted, right? Because it's simply low, medium, or high. However, the customer address, this is PII. This is something that Acme Bank cannot share with Datacore because it falls under compliance and regulation laws. So let's go ahead and kick off this query. As you can see, it has been scheduled and will shortly kick off. If I switch from Acme to Datacore, the third-party provider, and take a look at the query, I can see that Acme is asking me a question about high-speed internet. However, the customer PII, that address that must remain encrypted at all times, we can see that I have no access to that. This allows the bank to ask very detailed questions that include PII. However, due to Duality's homomorphic encryption, I, as the third party, can never see any of that sensitive information. We can also see that this query has been completed, and I also don't know how I responded to that original question. If we jump back over to Acme and take a look at the results, I can see that, yes, there is high-speed internet that exists at this particular address. So let's go ahead and run a follow-up query and see if we can get a little bit more information. So now we're jumping to targeted 2. And now instead of simply wondering whether high-speed exists at an address, we're going to actually show all of the providers that offer high-speed internet for that same address. So again, here we can see that we are searching for high-speed internet. We're looking for a particular address. However, we've also added a third parameter to this query, 160. Because I, as the bank, have access to my customers' transactions, I know how much they're paying per month for high-speed internet, 160. So it only makes sense for me to show a potential advertisement for high-speed internet if it costs less than what my current customer is currently paying per month. So we'll go ahead and start this new session. Very similar as before, I've already pre-run this session. So again, I'm going to show this from the third-party data core side. If I take a look at the results, I can see again, Acme is looking for a high-speed internet. However, the address is encrypted and the amount that the customer is paying per month is also encrypted. Again, I can see that I sent a response, although I have no idea what that response is. If we jump back over to Acme and take a look at the results, I can now see that yes, indeed, there are two internet providers that offer high-speed internet for this particular address that both cost less than what the customer is currently paying. Now, this allows Acme to offer highly customized ads to our customers. And instead of having a generic, basic ad, we can now specify to the customer exactly how much they'll save per month if they switch to a particular internet provider. Thank you.